3, 2, 1.
Alright, I want you all to close your eyes and imagine that you are standing in your dream home. I want you to think about where it's at, what it smells like, what it looks like on the outside and the inside. I want you to think about if it has a big kitchen or a giant backyard. Does it have a lake in the back, or is it in the mountains, or is it by the ocean? I want you to think about how being in this house makes you feel. Are you happy and ecstatic and excited? Now I want you to imagine that when you come back to your house, it's destroyed by a person or a natural disaster, and the only thing that remains is rubble and ash. How does this make you feel? Are you angry or depressed, enraged? Alright, now you can open your eyes. This is how many species feel every day when their homes are destroyed by poaching and deforestation. Their homes get torn down by things like cranes and because people want to make more room for ranches and housing. So the 3 topics that I'm going to cover today are what 3 species are the most endangered currently, why they're endangered, and what we can do to help or why we need to help. The first species we're going to talk about is the Javan rhino. This is the 3rd most endangered species in the world. There are only 60 of these rhinos remaining. They're often poached for their ivory tusks and often killed for uses in medicine. The biggest concern for the Javan rhino is genetic diversity. Because there are very few of these rhinos left, it's very hard for them to produce offspring. Or if they do produce offspring, they're sick and often don't live for very long. There is hope for the Javan rhino. At the end of last year, there were 3 calves that were born that were found by a research team. This is very rare, as not many of them are found left in the wild. The next species is the Amur leopard. This is the 2nd most endangered species with only 57 remaining. They no longer live in the wild, but they plan to reintroduce them to the wild as soon as they produce more offspring. In 1999, 2 coats, male and female, were sold for $500 to $1,000, and they were found by a research team and taken and put into evidence. The next species, and the most endangered species right now, is the northern spotted lemur. This lemur only has about 50 remaining, and a lot of times they are used or taken out of the wild to be used as pets. A lot of people find them cute and they're not very dangerous, so there are only 50 remaining now in the wild. Now that I've told you about the endangered species, I'm going to talk to you about what causes their endangerment. The first cause is poaching. Poaching means to illegally hunt or catch game or fish on land that is not one's own or in convention of official protection. So poaching is illegal, obviously. A lot of people poach animals for their fur, their bones, their claws, ivory tusks, things in their body that help make medicine. Their parts are often sold on the black market for large sums of money. And poaching teams have become very good at hiding, so lately not many poaching teams have been found. The next cause is deforestation. 45,000 acres of forest are cleared every hour by forest fires, bulldozers, machetes, etc. That is 3,410 football fields every hour. A lot of times deforestation is done to make land available for housing, timber for paper, the wood is used for furniture, houses, medicine, oils, room for cattle ranching, and for fuel. The World Wildlife Organization has found that over half of the illegal deforestation is used for fuel. Now that I've talked to you about the causes of animal endangerment, I'm going to tell you why it's important that we help. How we can help. The first step is recycling. Americans generate 10.5 million tons of plastic waste a year, but recycle only 1 to 2% of that 10.5 million tons. An estimated 14 billion pounds of trash, much of it plastic, is dumped into the world's oceans every year. Never buy furniture made from wood from rainforests. Also, recycle your cell phones, as the minerals that are used in them are mined in the gorilla habitat, which are endangered. And minimize the use of palm oil, because the forests that are being cut down for palm oil are occupied by tigers. Help by going paperless, so decrease the amount of paper that you use, obviously, because trees are cut down to make paper. So the less paper we use, the less trees there are that are being cut down. The next way we can help is by donating. There are many different organizations in which you can donate money and many different ways you can donate money. The biggest organization that I found was the World Wildlife Fund, which I've mentioned multiple times. You can help donate to them through their website. You can make your own web page and fundraise money to give to them to help. A lot of what they do with the donations is they send people out to stop poaching and to stop deforestation, and to teach people in other countries about why it's important that we stop all of these things. And the last step is to speak up. So the more people there are that know about animal endangerment, the more people there are that can help. You can help by following like animal organizations on Facebook or Twitter. You can make your own website, simply tell your friends or post things about it on social media. You can also, a lot of people from the World Wildlife Fund you can sign up and go on trips with them, so you can tell people from other countries about what's going on in the world. And now for my conclusion. So, So there are 41,415 endangered species in the world right now. That number goes up and goes down very often, and recently there has been, I think, 5 endangered species that have been officially claimed extinct. Like I said, the biggest way we can help is speaking out and telling everybody that we know about what to do and why it's important that we help. If we don't help, the species that are endangered right now may not exist when the next couple of generations are born and grow up, and there will be less animals for them to learn about and teach their children about, and less amazing animals for them to see. And I want you to think about how you felt at the beginning of my speech, when you were very angry about your dream home being destroyed and cut down or burned to the ground. And remember that you telling people about animal endangerment can help from these species feeling like this every day and all around the world. So, and here's my works cited. Thank you very much.